the average cost. If we want to find out the average, just divided by the quantity. And then we talked about we can also calculate our average cost with second method, which is average total cost is equal to average fixed cost plus average variable cost, right? Okay, now how we calculated the average fixed cost here? You see this one? We have a example of Thelma's laminate stand. We see here the fixed cost, the total cost, variable cost, and you see the three columns of average cost. So how this variable cost, my bad. So how this average fixed cost is calculated? What is the formula for average fixed cost? It is total fixed cost or fixed cost divided by quantity. So this fixed cost divided by the quantity. So 3 divided by 0, that's why there is no 1 here. So 3 divided by 1, answer is 3. 1, how it came to the 1? Because 3 divided by 3, answer is 1. And let me just remove this mess here. So you see the average cost here? How it is calculated? Average cost divided by the quantity. And what is the average total cost? Either you add average fixed cost and every variable cost, or total cost divided by the quantity. You'll find the same answers. So now pay close attention, pay very close attention to these three columns and tell me what of their behavior. Or do you notice something strange here? David, do you see something strange in average fixed cost?
The average fixed cost, it's going down less. Like
right?
the difference is smaller and smaller.
Well done. So if you compare, sorry guys, again, if you compare average fixed cost with the fixed cost, you see here it is same with the level of output. That is output. But if you compare average fixed cost, it is decreasing. So it means at a whole figure or in total, fixed costs remain the same, but the average fixed cost does not remain the same. It decreases when quantity increases. When quantity is increasing, average fixed cost decreasing, but fixed costs remain same. You understand, everyone?
Yes.
And let's see the average variable cost. You compare the average variable cost with the variable cost. So variable cost increased with the level of output. Yes, increasing. And average variable cost also increasing, right? You see here 3, 4, 0.5, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 1.12. And if you see the variable cost, 0.3, 0.8, 1.5, 2.5, 2.0, right? It is increased. So it means average variable cost also increasing. How about the total cost? You see the total cost with the average total cost here. Let me remove this mess here. If you compare the total cost with the average total cost, you see here the total cost increasing at every point with the level of output. But if you compare the average total cost, and you see that every total cost increasing, decreasing, and then increasing. So you see it is decreasing 0.3, 3.3, then 1.9, 1.5, 1.3, 1.3, 1.3, 1.33, 38, 43, 1.5, right? So this behavior is amazing. Now think of you yourself as a businessman. Now that old idea that if we produce more, our cost will be more. That idea is not applicable in all situations, or that is a layman idea. So you see the behavior here, average fixed cost. So there is a point, sorry about my drawing, I need to change that. So you see here, there comes a point, if I produce more, actually my cost start decreasing. This is miracle, right? The layman idea is that those who don't know the economics will say that if we produce more, our cost will be more. But this is the totally opposite one. If we produce more, our cost started decreasing. And then after that, after some points, yes, it started increasing again. So what would you be like? Which production you would, enjoy? You want to have a maximum profit. So how many glasses you want to produce? You want to produce. Why? Because after every increase, you are decreasing your cost until 7th class. When you produce 8, so your average total cost would be minimum at 0.7. So recall our formula. Profit is equal to revenue minus cost, total revenue minus total cost. And we decided that we will be maximize our profit by minimizing our cost. So we will be produced at 7 and we will be enjoying our maximum profit. So everybody understand that? Or should I repeat? David, Subhan, Sufyan, Rodrigo, Paulo, Madeline, Miria.
Why would it not be 6? Because the total average cost is smaller than 7.
Can you please repeat?
So if you made 6 quantities in an hour, the average total cost is 130. But if you make 7, it's 133.
You're right. 6, not 7. Yes, from here it started increasing. Sorry. From here it started increasing, not from the 7th month. But you get the idea, right?
Yeah, okay.
The idea is you have to produce where you have a minimum cost. Thank you, guys. Thank you, bye. Okay, and then we talked about the marginal cost. Marginal mean additional or incremental or producing one more unit, right? So when we talk about marginal cost, it means additional cost. So simple definition is how much is our additional cost by producing one more unit, right? Simple. How much does it cost to produce an additional unit of output? We talked about that its formula is change in total cost divided by change in quantity. And then we talked about that the marginal cost, it is calculated as change in total cost divided by change in quantity. So how we are going to write the marginal cost and marginal product in the middle. So marginal cost from 0 to 1. Marginal cost from producing 2 to 3 is 0.7. Where we found this 0.7? What is the total cost? (4.5) minus 3.8 divided by 3 minus 1. So answer would be 0.70, right? So here we go. So this is a class activity 1. Take out a page and write down your name and student ID and make a graph here. So you have to make one graph, and you need to draw curves by taking cost on the y-axis and output on x-axis. Like, let me show you here. So here there is output. And here would be the cost. Take even numbers. So you need to draw all the curves on the same graph. So you take first the average fixed cost and then draw average fixed cost on the same curve, and then take average variable cost and then average total cost and then marginal cost, right? But remember, when you are drawing all these, this gap must be the same. It doesn't mean that if you draw this average fixed cost, then you have a new gap, and if you're drawing every variable cost, then you change the values from here. No, this gap would remain the same. Okay? So
Sorry, I have a question.
yeah.
Do we draw all the averages and the marginal on the same graph or in four different?
The same graph.
Okay.
It means there are going to be 4 curves in one graph. 1 average fixed cost, 2 average variable cost, 3 average total cost, and 4 marginal cost. Right?
Yep.
So please take a picture, or yes. So I'm going to pause the video right now here. So this is the 10 minutes activity. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to do that. Meanwhile, I'm going to press the pause button. Here we go.